Kissing?
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wildcard FPL, where strategies are dissected and dreams are built. John, Steve, good evening.
How you doing?
Good evening, Alf. Good to see you. How you doing?
All good this side. How are you guys? John, you're still in the island of the Canaries?
I'm in the island of the Canaries. Still watching a lot of football, a lot of Prem. We've got all the games here on an alternative televisual broadcaster, so I'm quite happy with the amount of Prem I've been ingesting.
Do you get the 3 p.m. kickoffs?
3 p.m. kickoffs, all of them, simulcast.
Unbelievable.
It's a dream. I'm going to stay for the Prem. Leave the UK to watch the Prem.
Steve, how about you? What's going on?
I'm on the island of East London, where we don't get any. We get a little bit of Prem. Whatever the Prem says we're allowed to have, that's what we get. We can't watch 3 p.m. in our own country. That's fine. We're totally on board with that decision. Of course we are. Absolutely. But yeah, what little they do throw our way, we gobble it up or cry over it, depending on which team you support.
Yeah, that's it. And just wanted to thank everyone who's joined us live here this evening. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. It is super appreciated from us. And again, we are doing these live shows just during the Christmas period whilst all these crazy fixtures are going on. And then we'll be kind of reverting to the traditional VOD in the new year. So yeah, thanks again for joining. In terms of an agenda for today, we're just going to be going through a little bit about the previous game week 17, which was absolutely mental. And then we'll do some team reveals and some previews for game week 18 as well. The big headline is that the deadline is at a superb time this week, guys, as usual. It is Thursday and it is 6:30.
Yeah, that's great. That works perfect for me because I have very little to do. Very little to do on Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Works really well for me. Thanks very much. Yeah, I'll stop work. I could just devote my entire day to that.
Yeah,
absolutely fine. I've got a kid, so he'll have to wait. That's all fine. Thanks very much. It's another fantastic deadline.
Yeah. And
the thing it does mean, though, guys, just by making these deadlines, you will gain rank over people. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. There'll be some people out there who have actual lives, not pretend ones like us, and they will miss those deadlines. So making the deadline, will almost guarantee you jumping up a few places.
So just cap Salah and sit back. Is that what you're saying?
Relax.
Do something. Do something now.
Yeah.
Bus team all the way.
Yeah, I love that. John, 6:30 on a Thursday. Thoughts?
Not ideal for me. I'm actually flying back to the UK for Christmas, so I will be doing either a Thursday morning team or a Wednesday night. I think just Wednesday night. We should. Oh, there's no Champions League on Wednesday. It's a clear Wednesday. That's what I think.
No,
I think I'm just going to treat myself to a Wednesday night. Cap Salah, forget about it.
Yeah, I love that. I think that a lot of people are in positions to actually roll this week as well, just given that quite a few hits were taken in the last game week. So that's kind of my first initial thoughts, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Just in terms of game week 17, we've got our teams on screen here and our ranks. So, John, any kind of headlines for you from the previous game week? Anything mental happen?
That's not really. I mean, I went for Son. A lot of people went for Salah, expecting the sort of crazy downfall for United, and I didn't quite see it. I thought Son would do more, but that was kind of it, really. After the Spurs game, I was bracing myself for a massive red arrow, but it wasn't too bad. It was just a standard red arrow, so nothing from me. You guys got the same score, so you must be pretty happy. Big green arrows all around.
Yeah, Steve.
At the moment, it's the same score. There's obviously the Solanke nonsense to sort out.
Yeah.
That's going to be something I think that will trundle on for a few more days yet, because I think FPL towers are looking for they're probably looking at a way of wiping out those points. The game is they're just doing a VAR check on those points. So if that happens, then I think I get Tsimikas off the bench or something happens. I've got Semenyo in my team, but yeah, either way, I gained 954,000 places this game week because one thing I did was I made the deadline because it was a bit of a difficult deadline.
6:30 p.m. Friday.
Yeah, there you go. So that's almost certainly what's done a bit of that. I also did some good choices, like having Palmer was a really nice thing to have.
Yeah, he's great.
There were some clean sheets around. There were some goalkeeper points around. It was a bit of a strange week. Yeah, so for once it was a very good week for me. It's the first green arrow for 2 months. So and Man United didn't get absolutely destroyed by Liverpool. So I slept rather better on Sunday than I normally do.
Yeah, it's a good weekend. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I think from my perspective, the Solanke stuff was... I mean, I have Solanke, so I'm caught up in the whole drama that everyone went through on Saturday night. I don't know if you guys kind of saw the state of Twitter on Saturday, but there was a lot of very very insane conversations happening. Should you even be discussing Solanke with Lockyer's kind of condition? And the good news is that it's looking positive from his perspective. So on to the Solanke points. I think from my side, it's going to be a little bit weird to see how this all plays out, but there's been a few scenarios. I think right now, time of recording, it looks as though points will be wiped out, and then first subs will be coming in. So fortunately, I have Zinchenko as my first sub, so he got an 8-pointer, which is pretty nice. So I do expect my rank to go up a little bit, given that I think that a lot of people have some 1-pointers coming off their benches, so that should kind of get me up a little bit more. So for me, actually a pretty good week all in. I'm sitting just inside the 500k mark at the moment, so things are looking up. Cool. And then I think, John, to your point, Salah, Son. When Son was capped by a few, I think John and Bear did that. I was thinking, he obviously blanked, and I was thinking this is going to be one of those weeks where Salah's going to absolutely haul, and it wasn't to be. So that keeps happening. It keeps happening this season where someone's capped one player, and then you kind of you're rubbing your hands. You're thinking, this is going to be an amazing week, and then it doesn't happen. Salah blanks as well.
Yeah, there's a guy in my sort of other mini league that I'm interested in that capped Solanke. It's like the only person that did it, and so he was like massively gleeful. And then I think he's got Nketiah coming on, who actually I think did get an assist from the bench, maybe. So
who's his vice captain?
Sterling on a 6. So fair play to him.
That's a decent vice captain, actually. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, respect.
Captain differentials.
Yeah, and I saw a couple of people actually are going to be getting Palmer as their VCs, which is superb. Love that. I think all in, not too bad a week for all of us, right? I think Bear's actually had a pretty good time as well, so that's good news.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Cool. Looking on to the fixtures for game week 18, got them on screen here. Are there any sort of tasty treats that you guys are looking at in terms of fixtures you want to attack? I mean,
this season,
from my perspective, I think Watkins against Sheffield United is a very easy captain pick. Would you guys agree, John? Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only one that stands out. Villa in sort of crazy form. Sheffield United, absolutely not. All of the other fixtures, I actually can't make a decision about. So I think Watkins cap for me. Steve, what are you thinking?
Watkins is cap in my team at the moment. I've got a suspicion that West Ham may do something against Man United. United had a good performance last week. They are probably one of the most inconsistent teams that there have ever been in the Premier League because they are so up and down. So good fixture, good result one week, bad result the next week. So a 0-0 versus a very, very good Liverpool team. Going down to West Ham. West Ham love beating United. And looking at Bowen and Kudus, I think that might be the one. Outside of the Villa Sheffield United one, I might even bring in an extra Villa player for that one. But outside of that, I think that a West Ham player might might be a good pick v United. There'll be another player missing for United. Dallo got a red card, so they'll be down yet another defender. So
Gosh,
That
I
was
forgot about that.
ridiculous. That was so
That was
ridiculous.
insane.
the available players they have is they've got about 9.5 available players. So and in defence, it's going to be Varane and Evans again. So yeah, I fancy Kudus and Bowen to do something there.
Yeah, I did actually, on that point around the red card, I saw someone tweeted that Nunes did almost exactly the same thing like 30 minutes earlier. And I think
he
the
did,
caption
yeah.
was something like, you don't give red cards for that when it's Anfield and it's Liverpool. Don't want to get into a controversial take here, but yeah, I thought that was so ridiculous. Poor guy.
What about Fulham Burnley? I know Fulham got destroyed, but that just makes me think that they're going to, against Newcastle, it just makes me think that they're going to do something v Burnley.
Yeah, I watched. Who did Burnley play this week? Because I watched that game. Was it Everton?
Yeah, they passed the ball real nice, and they got hammered.
Yeah, they passed the ball real nice. They got the ball into the box a lot. They had chances, and yeah, they got hammered. So close. I feel for Company. I feel like he just needs like a 3% more quality up front, and they wouldn't be in such a dire position. But yeah, I'm thinking I've got no goalkeepers playing at the moment, so I'm definitely going to go for Leno. And yeah, it did seem the sort of entire attacking line of Burnley has kind of got Nunez finishing ability. So clip that when Burnley win 4-0.
What about Spurs at home versus Everton?
That's a good game. I'm going to go to that, and I think I'm worried. Yeah, they're the form. Villa and Everton are the form teams. They look handy. Spurs, it still is kind of the B team, even though they've found their footing a little bit. Yeah, big game. I think that'll be. I mean, there's two really big games on Saturday: Liverpool, Arsenal, and I think Tottenham, Everton is actually that's a really difficult one for Spurs. So I wouldn't choose Son for it. Basically, is my view.
Yeah, I think I was thinking about VCing Son for that game actually, but I'm pretty sure Watkins is going to start, so I could give that as a little VC punt. But Son at home, I like that. Cool. So let's go on to teams for the upcoming game week. So John, your team is on screen. What are your initial thoughts coming into this game week, and what are you thinking from a transfer perspective? You mentioned Leno earlier, right?
Yeah. So I actually haven't kept abreast of what's going on with Areola. So
he's
I
out.
don't. He's out. He's out.
Fabianski has his place back, I believe.
Right. Okay. So I think Leno's got to come in. Needs to sort that because Johnson's out long term. Otherwise, I think on that screenshot I've got Salah as captain. I'll be doing Watkins. And I think I'll just use my transfer for the keeper and keep everyone else. Alvarez has got a blank week, so he's staying out. And I've got a reasonable number of players playing at home. Newcastle away at Luton, I'm worried about. I think it could be a 0-0. So I'm kind of I'm banking on two defenders, but maybe I'll take Gordon out because I think it has been one of the most difficult places to score, as we've mentioned many times. And give Gibbs-White a shout at Bournemouth.
Love that. Good stuff. Steve, over to you. Thoughts?
So just quickly, because we're going to wrap this up in a minute, but look, Watkins captain. I may need to make a transfer. I think Hwang is going to go, and then I think I might just do something pretty template and boring and bring in Gordon. But don't forget, I am 2.8 million in the world. So being boring and template is probably going to be what I'm doing for the next few weeks, just to try and climb a bit more. So Hwang to Gordon, captain Ollie Watkins, absolutely nailed on. Alf.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, I have a couple of things going on. I think the main thing is the very unfortunate Cher injury. Really annoying. I was really counting on him to be playing most games. I think he would be, but it was a glute injury, not a hamstring injury. So I don't really know what that means, to be honest. I haven't Googled it. I'm not going to Google it. But
it means it's his bum. It means it's his bum, not his hamstring. So
Right, okay.
yeah, he should be fine.
That's good. So I think I might just my thought. I do want a Villa defender, and Konza seems to be the guy this week that everyone's banging on about, and I do quite fancy that punt or our friend Pau Torres. I do like the Fulham defence. Castagna is someone that always chats to me in my dreams. So I'm thinking I might take a punt on him. But yeah, I do actually think what I'm going to do is just roll. I always like doing a roll, perhaps doing a hit and then a roll. So I think I'll continue down that course and just try and figure out the Haaland stuff when he comes back. Right. So having 2 free transfers for the next game week, I think is going to be really valuable. I have an okay bench. Like Decore also got injured, but I think he might be okay. And then Taylor and Archer. So you know what? I think I probably will just roll. I don't think I have any kind of major fires to put out. So that's my kind of thinking at this point. I do really want Jared Bowen massively. He's someone I've not had this season whatsoever. I know you guys have enjoyed him a little bit. So that's
I've dipped in and out of Bowen for sure. Yeah. I've enjoyed it every time I've dipped. So
Yeah,
I do recommend. I do think Bowen will do it. This I think there'll be maybe some points for West Ham for United. But like, I think make sure you've got Watkins as captain. Don't miss a deadline. Do a bus team. Roll probably transfers seems to be the main thing people are doing this week. But yeah, Watkins captain. Maybe tinker with Bowen. I'm definitely going to bring in Gordon.
Love that. Good stuff. Cool. Well, just a quick stream this evening from us. Again, if you guys have enjoyed the content today and you haven't yet subscribed, please do. John, tell the guys how much we love a subscribe.
Oh, we love it a lot. It's almost too much to bear. It would be the ultimate Christmas present to just get 2 more. Get us back to where we were last week.
Yeah, absolutely. So please do subscribe. And also, we are very present on Twitter. So if you want to pop over there and ask any questions about our teams or any advice, we'd be more than happy to try and help. Although we don't really know what we're doing. But please do say hi. But on that note, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video today. And we will see you soon. All the best. Bye-bye.